Do you want me to intro it or some shit? Okay, peace. My name's Tom. I got my good friend here, Troy. You might know him from such things as like an album every fucking year somehow, and acting in like huge big budget movies, and just being one of the most talented dudes I've ever met. I'm from a group called Avantdale Bowling Club, and we both have an album out on the same day, so we thought, like, instead of fighting each other for the #1 spot, which is going to go to 660 anyway, we might just get together, talk, and cook some food. So
sounds fucking better than whatever the alternative is.
And we also got our friend Ellie cooking some fish from Avondale, fresh out of the Rosebank waterways. And yeah, we just thought we'd get together and talk some shit, because it's better than fucking... Where else do you go to like have an interview? The Holler Hour? You know? What happened to the Holler Hour? Severe, you know?
I don't know about any of that, because I live in the fucking sticks.
True.
So
You've never watched TV, eh? Do you have TV in the Bay of Islands? Do you guys
well, I do have
reception?
5 children. So, but there is television up there. It is 2022, is it?
I think so, but you're in 1984 at the moment.
Yes. So, buzziest thing, figuring out that we're one day apart.
That was buzzy, eh? We got to bring that up. So
Yeah.
you're my big brother by one day.
Might be 2, since you're born.
On the other side of the world.
But let's just say one day. One day
It
sounds
feels
way
like
cooler.
the same day though. Like
Yeah.
that was the buzzy. I've never met anyone born on one day away from when I was
Same fucking year.
born. Same year.
So yeah, this album is based solely on that year. I'm doing a little bit of press, but I don't want to fucking give away what it's about. I want people to do some work, just appreciate the songs for what the fuck they are. But there's a bit more depth behind what's going on.
Can we
there.
not talk about any of the shit you told me about?
Nah, G.
Nah, top secret. I'm not allowed to talk about my album either, so what should we
well,
just
let's
pretend we
talk
didn't
about-
even make an album?
We didn't make shit. What are you talking about?
We'll just eat food. But all of your, you know what's interesting about, like, I'll try not to give it away,
Yeah.
but your songwriting process to me is mad interesting, because I'm someone who's quite literal. I'll fucking, you know, I went 10-pin bowling and now it's in a fucking verse or something. But you're super cryptic. When did you make the decision to be like that? Like your lyrics, you almost go out of your way to make sure that it's not literal.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the stuff that I do write about is not about me. I feel like a lot of it is outwardly fucking, I don't know. I keep myself quite guarded. Maybe the last album was the first actual album that was really about me. But a lot of the artists I grew up listening to, namely like Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age, you listen to any of their song, you don't know what the fuck that guy's talking about. And I remember right at the start of songwriting, I wanted to be lyrically buzzy, but it would take a year to write something, and I was just like, I don't know if this is the right thing to be doing. And then when I just kind of threw everything into the wind and just let things flow out, they just naturally just went that way. I don't like telling people exactly how things are. I like people making up their own perception of what something's going to be. I've had people message me saying, is this song about blah blah blah, which is like,
I've done that
Hundy
too
way
before.
better.
I've done that too before.
Yo,
It's
yo.
like, Grandma's Rocker Palm, bro. That
yo.
changed. I cried like a motherfucker when I heard that. Is that about your grandma? And you're like, nah. And then later on you're like, nah, it is. But I just don't like when people know what this song's about.
Yeah, I just like leaving a bit of mystery in it.
Well,
And
it's open for interpretation, right? Because like you lock people into what it is without that.
if I tell someone exactly how something is, that's how they're gonna view it.
Yeah.
Whereas if I don't,
Yeah.
10 people could listen to the same piece of music and hear a completely different
Yeah,
song.
man. I love that about your music, bro. I love that about your music. I think with my genre, it's a bit harder because I'm fucking autobiographical, so it's always about something I'm going through, but it does lock you in. The bro Lucky Lance put me on this. There's a study, it's pottery class. I might have told you about this before, but they do a year's fucking worth of work, and one group's told to make quantity and one group's told to focus on quality. And at the end of the year, the teacher like judges it all, and the group that was focusing on quality made the better product. And it's because they were just fucking racing through it, and they found it within the process, you know, like.
Oh, you mean it was doing quantity?
Yeah, did I say quality?
Yeah.
Sorry, the group that was focused on quantity made the better shit because they were just smashing it out.
Yeah.
And I was, you know, we were just talking before about Spell, who made an album in a day, and he's just, you know, he's not like overthinking things.
Yeah.
Do you think, do you ever struggle with that duality between the two?
Yeah, all the time. Like most of my albums, well, pretty much all of them bar the first one have been written in 2 weeks leading up to going into the studio. The one I just finished in the last week, well, got the basis for the album while I was pretty much writing while I was teaching the band in the studio. So I think the merit of doing it that way is that you don't have time to overthink shit. You've got no filters. It's just like what it is what it is. Whereas if you got all the time in the world, you can go down all these different avenues, come up with all these different endings. But I've done that as well, and I'll normally end up back at the first idea I had at the start. So instead of going that big roundabout like I did getting here today, you just go straight to it, cut out the bullshit, and it's at its purest form.
How'd you learn to trust yourself in that model though?
I feel like I really don't know, bro. Like, who knows? It could.
Do you still trust yourself?
I feel like I do, but it's getting harder. It's getting harder because I feel like my idea pool's slowly drying up. Because year to year, my life is still relatively the same. I'm still at home doing the washing, being a dad.
Yeah.
There's nothing like super inspiring. I haven't gone to Mozambique or seen some buzzy shit in the interim between these yearly albums. So it's basically just drawing on what I already know, taking in everything I watch, like in series, films, interactions with people.
New stuff.
You
need to eat new food.
You need it. That's it. So I'm constantly like trying to get new music from my friends if it's a particular style of music.
And do you think that's why it like helps to experiment with multiple genres, because now you're not fucking stuck in that? Like doing the same genre, like even this is the first time for me for ages that I've made an album under the same name 2 times in a row. Usually I'm like, that's enough of that, move on. Or like making another jazz album, for me that was fucking hard, because I'm like, I kind of like took it as far as I could on the last thing. I feel like something like the Zygertron album, I could have just stayed in that pocket and milked that for all it was worth, but I don't think I would have been fulfilled. And completely changing it up every year, it just puts me out of my depth every time, and just forces me to like fucking swim. Otherwise I'll fucking die. So I seen a thing about the zone the other day, and he was like explaining the perfect conditions to get in the zone. You know, which I think you are in. You know how to get to easier, but one of the conditions was that it needs to be a bit beyond your skill level. And that might be like, hey man, I'm gonna jump into a genre that I'm not familiar with. Then you're forced to fucking think a bit faster, you know? Or
but also because you are, all your experiences, you might jump into a style, but because you are who you are, it's gonna come out how it's gonna come out, completely your own way of doing shit without having to think too much, because you write how you write. But that's been the biggest blessing and a curse, throwing yourself in the deep end, but then being stressed out in those whatever leading up to the studio.
So 660 is gonna have the #1 spot. So we get 2 or 3, eh? Maybe we could be second equal. That'll be dope.
What if we got first though?
First would be dope. What if we put our sales combined, we could beat 660? Call Machu now and just tell him, bro, come on, release it next week. Just tell him like, what about the 14th?
I can't. No.
Oh, is he not?
No, I got no reception in
You
this
guys want
cup.
to eat some
It's your cousin. Yeah,
Yes,
let's
bro.
do it. Yeah.
I'll get this big guy. Oh shit.
I'll leave these over here. Again. I'll get the first off.
Thank you, bro. Mwah. Nice to have a feed with you, bro.
Yeah, hard.
Nice to just hang. A lot of people don't know, but we worked on like a lot of music together, bro.
Yeah.
Anytime I ever send you something, you send it back to me in like the day, you know? So shot for that, bro. Because it's always, yeah, always a pleasure, man. Because when I first heard your music, it was like hearing an alien, bro. Like, big fan.
That's a massive compliment.
Big fan, bro. Like, yeah, man.
Likewise,
it was
likewise.
it was the music that I like wished existed, you know?
You're talking about that quantity, quality. I feel like yours is just pure fucking unadulterated quality.
Thank you, bro.
And adulterated quality.
And adultery. No, there's no adultery in this one. There's one track on there where it's more about finality in a relationship, and like what it's like fighting that, like being in this thing where you're trying to raise a family together and you're fucking committed to, you know, to this long-term picture, knowing that everything in life dissolves. You know, the only constant is change. But does your relationship bear itself in your music sometimes? Is sneak in there relationship issues, like didn't take the rubbish bin out?
I feel like my family, everything comes into my thing all the time, even if I'm not trying to put it in there. You do something with your family and you get in a mood, and that mood goes into your music. Or
yeah, that's true. So much of music is just a mood, eh? So much of music is a mood. And like you can the lyrics don't tell you what the mood is. The chords tell you what the mood is, eh? People act like us musicians are more fluent in the language, but everyone
can
understands it.
zone into it and link up with what's going on
I think so.
around us.
Yeah.
And the best music is like that. I
Yeah.
feel like is the stuff where, like how I'm trying to do shit super fast.
Yeah.
I feel like I do shit like trying to stay up till 2 o'clock to zone into the golden hour, which they say the realms of your ancestors open up.
True.
I don't know if that's true, but I've done it sometimes when I'm feeling like really got the mad mental block for creative stuff.
Yeah.
And I have literally woken up the next day with songs I can't remember writing.
Yeah.
Like turn on my voice memo and go, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Whoever helped me with that shit.
Yeah.
Also, you're super tired. So I
Yep.
feel like you're just like, oh fuck, whatever. So you don't put up this fucking sieve to stop anything coming, and you just let anything happen.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And then and you're not questioning it. It just happens. So
100.
the best songs happen that way, when you're just fucking not thinking too much.
Yeah, I don't. You need to, and that's why, like, I think you can never lie to yourself as a musician, because the truth fucking eventually comes out in your songs. Like, because if you want to like access the good shit, it's buried under all your lies. Like, you know.
Yeah.
It's like the best writer is the guy under there that's got like, yeah, man, you want me to come out? I got you. But I'm gonna talk about this shit. Like, oh fuck. Okay, go on then. Like, you can't lie to yourself. I don't think your conscience can remain silent for too long. Like, it will bear its ugly head
For sure.
somehow.
It's the greatest thing about your music is that you can put that stuff that you're going through into a way that people can resonate with really easily, but still in a fucking steezy as fuck way.
Bro,
You're like the
same as
wordsmith
you,
of
bro.
doom. Like you listen to something and it's easy to follow, but then when you go in a little bit deeper, you're like, oh, this has got fucking 3 little levels here.
Thanks,
this next
bro.
little thing, oh shit, does he mean this or this? So it's like one of those ones where you can listen over and over and get something fresh every time you listen to.
Thanks, bro. I feel the same way as you, man. I feel the same way about your music, bro. Fucking cool to share the date together, share the birth date. Share the
7th
fucking
of
release
October.
date. Yeah.
Fuck it.
Go get that new 660. I'm not playing at Mount Eden Park, so respect
You might
to
be playing at Mount Eden.
Mount.
You might be playing at the prison.
My dad, but that's how he got his way through prison. Eh? He just had the guitar. The cuts are like, fucking play that one again, cunt. Like he's like, yeah. Well, he didn't say that, but I imagine that's probably what he did. But I reckon I could rap my way through a couple lags. Hold up, I'm gonna get my phone because I got some questions from people that wanted to ask you shit. I got a question here about that. Someone wants us to do a collab, which is all good because we got a collab, which we should we release it or what? Anyway, that's another fucking thing. We got heaps of songs together.
I think we should fucking put it out.
We should put it out. But
you're precious guy with your
yeah, that's my
shit.
problem,
I'm definitely not precious.
Yeah.
Give it to the people. That's what they fucking want.
Fucking pay for it over here or something. But they want to collab with System of a Down.
Yo, I know.
You up for that or what?
Bro, I fucking love System of a Down. I love fucking chop suey all day.
Bro, Toxicity.
Bro, I've got that on vinyl. Toxicity.
Bro.
But
Prison Song.
Is it Atois? That slow?
Yes, that one. Yeah, man.
All the world I've seen before me pass by.
Yo,
but
that seed song, eating seeds as a
pastime activity.
Oh,
the toxicity
Come
of
on,
our city. No, I am body on disorder.
Yeah, that's that answer for you, Cheryl.
Kia ora, Cheryl.
Kia ora. Someone said, what was the highlight of your day?
What, today?
Yeah, fuck, that's a bit of a stink question.
Seeing you, bro.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Always.
Me too. Me too, bro. But seeing you, not. That's kind of narcissist shit. Is your album available at the show? Yes.
Your one or my
yeah,
one?
Mine is.
My one will be, yeah.
Where's your show? Should we plug the show now and try sell things?
40th. I'm only doing one show, actually the only show I'm doing this year with this album, Power Station on the 14th, so fucking come cunts.
660 on support. So go get there early to see them. They're coming
good band.
up. They're gonna be big, I reckon. Support the troops and that, and fucking buy the album. Troy, thank you, bruv.
Some Kai.
Pleasure,
Thank you, Ali.
Oh,
My pleasure.
Yeah.
this
go buy
guy's doing the real work.
Yeah. Shot to the bro actually cooking the shit. Man. Thanks, brother.